You like see the back of me.
Do it.
Oh, I feel like I can trust right now. I'll do like my other side of my face.
Here you go.
Let me make sure to do it.
Full speed?
Do it.
Why is that pencil sharpener?
Go.
That's just-
Go.